to you. We're going to talk about health and beauty today. Welcome to the show. October is National Breast Cancer Month, so we'll be talking to women about breast cancer, taking your mammograms and doing them, of course, on time. But you know what? We've got a group of ladies today that decided to tell us that your beauty, health and beauty sort of go together. If you feel good, you're going to look good. And guess who we're going to talk to? We're going to talk to beauty queens. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
It is so wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
You look great. You should have called me and told me what the dress code was today, so I could have worn my gown and stuff.
Well, we'll tell you next time.
Okay. You are, tell me about your awards, your honors. You're Miss Texas Career Woman.
70.
70. Okay, what does 70 mean?
70 means that's my age category.
You're 70?
Yes.
You're 70? How old are you?
I'm 73.
You're 73 and
Yes.
you're a beauty queen.
Yes.
Oh my
this
gosh.
is something new. I never did this when I was young.
When did you decide to get into the beauty business?
About 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I decided to enter the Miss Texas Senior Pageant.
Oh, okay.
And from there, I've been doing lots of pageants, and it's fun.
You look divine. You're Miss Plus America Woman.
Miss Plus America Woman.
Miss Plus America, is that a national title?
Yes, it is a national title. And we have age divisions as well.
Oh, do
So
you?
the women's division is for ages 40 and up.
I can't believe this. You know, we look at the pageants and think they're all for the 16, 17, 20, 25-year-olds. And now there's a whole nother world out there you're introducing us to.
A pageant for everyone.
Yes.
Is there really? Now, Miss Plus America, what are, and the national title, what size are you? Do you mind if I ask?
No, I don't. I'm a size 22.
Okay. And she says I'm a size 22. With so there's class. Is there an age category for the Miss Plus America woman,
The age category
or a
for,
size category?
No, it's age category. Woman is for ages 40 and up.
Okay. You mentioned that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And I'm 45 years old. We have a category for teens, women in their 20s, and women in their 30s.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're opening a whole new world here for us, Ms. Jimmy. 73 and a plus size. What's important to you about October, Breast Cancer Month?
Well, I think it's very important for all women to know that this is the #1 killer of women, especially between the ages of 40 and about 55.
40 and 55, right.
Between 40 and 55, yes, and they need to get the mammograms, need to eat healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, and take care of themselves.
You want to add?
Yes, it's important for women to understand that it's been predicted that 40,000 women will die of breast cancer within the next year.
40,000.
40,000, and 1 in 3 of all diagnosed cancers are breast cancer. So women need to be aware, and then we have a population of men
That are getting breast cancer.
Right.
Now, you mentioned something about eating.
Yes.
What size are you, Jimmy?
I'm a size 12.
You're size 12. And I wish you could see this gorgeous outfit we have in the studio here today. So do you do anything special during the day at 70 years old, 73?
Well, I do exercise, not as much as I should, but I exercise and I eat. I try to eat low fat, you know, healthy food, which is not a big problem for me. Because I like low fat.
You like it.
Yes.
And you're busy. You're both busy during the day.
Oh, yes.
What do you do, Nanette?
I'm the Dean of Instruction at Lincoln High School in Dallas ISD.
Oh, you are busy.
Yes, she is.
Yes, I have 1,200 students. 1,200 children.
1,200 children. And how many awards do you have?
How many titles?
How many titles?
Right?
I'm sorry. How many titles do you have?
I've been blessed. This has been a good year for me. It started with Texas Career Woman, in fact, a year ago. And within the last year, I have earned 5 titles.
5 titles?
Yes.
Jimmy, how many titles? Isn't that terrific? How do you do 5 titles in a year?
You have a gentleman named Charles Terry Thompson.
Charles Terry Thompson that promotes you
as
and
your
pushes
coach.
you.
But this is good for me. My platform is empowering youth with spirituality and competition. And so I really wanted them to see that as I'm willing to push them to compete, not just in pageants, but other types of games and competitions that will earn scholarships, that I'm willing to take that risk and step out and compete myself.
What's important in a beauty pageant? I mean, what's your hot button? What's really, really important in a beauty? You got to be beautiful. You have to do this.
You have
but
to be beautiful.
What is most important to you?
You know what? I can honestly say that I have never entered a pageant with the attitude, oh, I know I'm going to win. Because there's always someone who's better than you, someone who will fall a little bit short. It's important for you to have a spiritual connection, to have the right attitude, to understand that perhaps you will win, represent yourself well, but all can't wear the crown. You have to learn to be a gracious loser, so to speak. If you can't be gracious in losing, then you don't deserve to be a winner.
How many women entered your category?
We had 17 women in the pageant.
17 women. How many in your last pageant, Jimmy?
Well, my last pageant, there's not too many women over 70 who entered pageants, so there was only one of me.
Why don't women? What's important to you? I mean, what's important to you? I want to ask that question of all of the queens.
Well, I quit singing at age 20 because of stage fright. And since I've been in pageants again, I knew I had to have a talent, and I began singing again. So I want young people to realize, first of all, don't give up if you have stage fright. Second, push yourself, make yourself do things that you enjoy and that you love. And life will be good.
And life will be good. And you also mentioned something to me about attitude was one of your really important things.
Oh, yes. Attitude is everything in both how you look, how you act, how you feel. If you get up in the morning, smile at yourself if you're feeling down.
If I get up in the morning, smile at myself?
Yes, in the mirror. Smile at yourself and say, I'm going to change this day. And when you see everybody, smile at them because you'll change your day and their day.
Miss Senior, Texas is a large pageant.
Yes, and may I say that last year I represented Oklahoma as Miss Oklahoma Senior in the American Classic Woman pageant.
Oh.
I'm now looking for someone in Oklahoma to do that again. I was third runner-up. Okay. And I had it was a wonderful experience. So if you're in Oklahoma,
and we are in Oklahoma. Get in touch with you.
Get in touch with Esther or get in touch with me. My name is Jimmy Wilson. My number is 972-690-6035.
So you're looking for women in Oklahoma in their 70s?
That are age 60 or older.
Okay.
Yes, those are the qualifications.
Amazing.
And I'm happy to say I'm now the new state director for Texas Plus America.
So this thing goes on and on and on. The state director.
The state director
for
Texas Plus America. And I will hold the pageant the weekend of January 28th through 30th, 2005.
And will you talk about health when you do these as a pageant director?
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you tell women? Do you exercise? Do you exercise?
You know what? I'm using Pilates now.
Oh, are you?
Okay. Pilates. Yes. Yes. It is important to exercise because health is always critical, and I'm not going to say that all people who are plus sized are healthy. Regardless of your size, though, you do need to make health a priority, not only physically, but you have to have a healthy mind.
A healthy mind.
Yes. Healthy spirit, remain active, read, have confidence in yourself. A lot of plus-size women do suffer from self-esteem issues. Yeah,
and a lot of plus-size people are not active in anything.
Right.
Absolutely anything. So now I want you to give them your title again and how they can get in touch with you since you're a state director, because I know that's really important.
Okay. I am Plus America Woman 2004. And I am the new state director for Texas Plus America. My phone number is 972-216-3384.
Wow.
And our national director is Melissa Stamper and executive producer Beverly Phillips.
Okay. It goes on and on. We're talking about health and beauty. We're going to be right back with two more of the queens, and we're going to talk about abuse in your life. So this is Esther Davis. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What's up with this thing? Somebody left it on. Really? Yeah, it's been running all day.
Cool.
Maybe we should do something.
That's so not cool. Don't just take a stand. Act. The most powerful way is to simply register and vote.
In dance, a combination is a series of steps that work together. In real life, some combinations work while others don't. Women like me who dance through life in spite of their arthritis find the combinations that work for them. Your arthritis pain medicine, for example, it may interfere with a prescription you're taking. Read the labels, ask your doctor. Find out which arthritis medicine is right for you. Dance is like life. It's all about the right combinations.
Hi, I'm James Brown. Diabetes claims more lives each year than either AIDS or breast cancer, and it affects entire families. My mom is one of the estimated 17 million Americans who suffers from the disease. And know that diabetes can affect your feet. So if you or someone in your family has been diagnosed with diabetes, see a podiatrist, because the key to preventing problems is early detection and regular foot screenings. For more information, call 1-800-FOOT-CARE or visit apma.org.
October is Breast Cancer Month. That's what we're talking about today. Send us your ideas. You're going to have to do it really, really fast and come on the show as my guest. Log on or send me an email at host@estherdavis.com. Ride Dart in October. You get $2 off admission to the State Fair of Texas. You can log on to bigtex.com or DART.com. We need volunteers at the Diabetes Prevention Research Trial. University of North Texas, 817-735-5159. Really important that we get a lot of volunteers. The 14th Annual Doty Awards is Saturday, September 18th, 2004, at the Weston Park Central. Marie Antoinette, you can reach her at 972-224-3605. And all of the pageant queens will be our guests at the Doty Awards, Designer of the Year. And we're going to welcome two more of the queens to the show. Now, the two of you really look like twins, sisters.
Maybe we'll grow out of it.
We'll grow out of it. Well, welcome to the show. How are you?
At least I know I'm prettier than she is.
Oh, just that right. We have Miss Texas Woman, Miss Texas Career Woman, and Miss Texas Career Woman. Okay, tell me the difference.
I'm the Miss Texas Career Woman. She's the Miss Texas Career Woman.
Most elegant.
Most elegant. So again, we go back to the categories.
Yeah, and we're in the age category, the 60s.
You know, this age category thing is something I had not planned on. You don't. May I ask how old are you, Jane?
66.
66.
She's older than I am.
Oh, how old?
Yep.
But I look younger, though. I look younger.
How old are you?
I'm 65.
65.
I'll be 66 the 22nd of this month. So
and how
she's
many,
older than
she's
I am.
older than, well,
Right.
she's definitely older than
Yes,
you
she
are.
is.
How many pageants have you entered?
This is my very first.
Is it really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now you've been in a
I've been
couple
in
of
a
pageants.
few. I was in the Miss Texas Senior, about three or four times, and I was one of the top 10. And then I became Miss Richland Hill Senior.
Okay.
And now Miss Texas Career
Miss
Woman.
Texas Career Woman. Are you going to go to the nationals at all?
I'm not sure. I'm going to Boston the 28th of next month.
What happens in Boston?
For the senior Miss Senior Sweetheart pageant.
Okay. Pageants are a big business.
Yes, they are.
Why did you decide to include health in your program? I mean, we're coming up on October, Breast Cancer Month. Why is it important that we take care of our health? Obviously, you ladies look absolutely stunning.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So why is health important?
Health is very important because it keeps you going. It keeps your outlook on life very good. You're very busy, and when you're busy, you don't have time to sit around and grow old and just.
You're not even
moan
thinking about
around.
growing old.
I won't think about that for a long time.
For a long, long time.
My kids are really, really excited about me doing all this.
I'm glad you're bringing that up. What do your children say about your activities?
They're excited.
Really? How many children
Right.
do you have, Jane?
I have 4.
You have 4.
I have 8 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild.
And you have some puppies.
Oh, yes. I have several chihuahuas. They're
Those
my
are
babies.
those little things, aren't they?
The small ones, yes.
Tell us
They're
their
my
names real
babies.
quick. Tell us all of the names of
Oh,
the chihuahuas.
gosh. I've got one named Gizmo,
Okay.
Princess,
Okay.
Baby, and Angel.
So what do your children say?
Oh, they're excited. They used to say, Nanny, you're too old. I said, no, I'm not too old. You're just as old as you feel, and I don't feel old, and I'm not going to get old.
I love this show. Is that what happens at your house? What
Mine
happens?
were really surprised that they said, well, grandmas don't usually do stuff like that.
We've got a whole bunch of new grandmothers out here on the, around these days.
I have
great grandmothers. That's
and
what we are,
great-grandmothers.
great grandmothers.
You're a great grandmother.
Yes.
I have 3 children and 9 grandchildren. And now I
you're
have
still
2
busy.
great-grandchildren.
Oh my goodness.
And they're just amazed that I get out and do all this stuff.
Dude, what do they say to
They
you?
said, well, Mima, we almost have to make appointments to see you anymore. But they're glad. They're happy because I stay busy and I'm happy.
Do they come to the pageants to see
yes.
you?
Yes.
And are there any negative comments at all, or do they give you tips on beauty and you should do this and you should wear this gown? And
Always want to fix our hair.
what do you say to women that say you're crazy? Does anybody ever? you
Say
have
go
friends that
for it.
say-
If it's something in life you want to do that you've always wanted to do, and when you were young you didn't do it, if you want to do it now, do it. You know, life's too short to sit back and grow old.
And grow old.
Right.
And if they think we're crazy doing this, then evidently they don't have a life.
That's that's the good answer.
It keeps you healthy.
Does it really?
It really does.
Why is it important? This breast cancer month coming up. Why is it important to you?
It's very important because people need to do what they need to do. They need to get all the tests and eat right and do everything to prevent it, because it can be prevented to a certain extent.
Right. Well, at least you can go get the mammograms. You
That's
can go
right.
get the
Right,
test.
and you can do your self-exams.
That's true.
That's very important.
Yeah, that's the part we left
Yeah.
out with the other
Right.
group. Of
You
your
can also
self-exams.
do that and make sure you get your mammograms once a year and get your yearly checkups with your doctor and take your vitamins and exercise and
Do you
go
exercise?
shopping.
Go shopping?
Oh, she and I go shopping
We
all
shop
the time.
a lot.
Well, you have to shop because
We don't
there's
get
so much
bored.
that you need.
That's right. You got that right.
I've never been in a beauty pageant, but I directed beauty pageants. I mean, you need what? I mean, what do you
Oh,
look for all the
goodness,
time?
everything. You just need everything. And if you don't need it, if you like it, go ahead and buy it anyway. You'll need it sometime down the road.
And
We have an audience here. Go ahead.
And you know, doing all this keeps your mind sharp too. Because I'm a singer, and when I first started singing, I had so much trouble remembering just one song. And now I can look at a song and listen to it a few times, and I can remember the whole thing and get up there and sing it. So it keeps
Oh
your
my
mind
gosh.
really going sharp.
In your pageant, how many entered?
We had 9.
Okay, 9.
Right.
How many in yours, Janie?
This one,
I'm getting you mixed up now. It's Janie and Lynn. I know, but
I'm Janie.
Yeah.
That's Lynn.
You do look an awful
We have
lot
2
alike.
in our age group.
Okay.
She and I.
Just 2.
Okay, and you need more people to just enter
Right.
and come out and see what they can do.
That's right.
I've got a feeling you got a lot of tips for them too.
Oh, yeah, we sure do.
Were you married the whole time before you mentioned you had just gotten into the beauty
Oh,
pageant
yes,
business?
I've been
You were
married all my life.
How long have you been
I've
married?
had- Oh, goodness, do I have to tell you?
No, you don't have to tell me. I mean, I'll ask anything, but I tell people
long time.
A long time. And what? And your
Since I
husband,
was
is he still alive?
18.
Since you were
Pardon?
18, and your husband, is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
What does he say about all of these things?
Oh, goodness. He didn't like it at first, but
Oh, he
now
didn't?
he's all for it. He sure is.
What changed his
He's
mind?
very
I'm just kind of
encouraging.
curious. He's very encouraging now.
Yeah, he's real encouraging now.
Wow.
When he
thinks-
first saw her on stage, then he was okay about it. But before she was up there in the pageant, he was really negative about it. And I conned her into doing this.
Oh, you are the reason she's.
Yes,
So he
yes.
was partially mad at you in the beginning.
And
for
also
getting-
Charles Thompson.
Oh, we
He's
keep
a
talking about
very
Charles
good-
Thompson, and he's
He's
the brain
wonderful.
behind these,
Yes, he
this
is.
pageant.
He's a good motivator.
He is a good motivator.
Yes, he is.
We're going to come back and talk to Janie about
Okay.
why you got into the beauty business. We're going to talk about abuse a little bit, so you want to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's play a game. Let's pretend you own an apartment building and I want to rent from you. I make a good salary, have a good credit history. Would you rent your place to me? How about now? Do you still like me? What if I have an accent or a disability? What if I'm a single parent? Would you steer me away? Would you close the door? Would you?
The Fair Housing Act protects your right to live where you want. If you think you've been discriminated against, call us.
Once it was silent, But the spirit of America made liberty ring, and once it was weak. But the spirit of America made hope stand tall. And if our spirit can do all this, imagine what we can do for all Americans in poverty. We can let liberty ring for millions of kids in need. We can let freedom stand for every family working for independence. Poverty in America, we can end it, and everyone can help. Learn how at povertyusa.org.
Dehydration can be your child's worst opponent and can sneak up without warning.
Research shows nearly 2/3 of kids were dehydrated before practice. This can affect their health and how they play.
Dehydration can be serious. Active kids who don't drink enough are most at risk, but dehydration can be prevented.
Parents and coaches can help. I make sure my kids drink enough of the right kinds of fluids before, during, and after activity. Keep your kids safe. Defeat the heat.
Sandra Clark Funeral Home, she was on last week talking about your visit to the funeral home. It's located at 6029 South R.L. Thornton, 214-371-2600. She will entertain any questions that you have, so give her a call. Sisters, SOS, Women's Personal Defense Conference is September the 11th. That will be today. Log on to lcallen.us at 817-446-6116. Tell her you heard it on the Ester Davis Show. Send us your wonderful announcements. Give us some notice. P.O. Box 222111, Dallas, Texas, or log on to esterdavis.com. We are talking about health and beauty, and we've got experts up here to tell you about their long lineage of beauty and, of course, being in good health. Now, while we were off the air, you were telling me how much fun you have when you go shopping.
Oh, yes. We have lots of fun.
What do you shop for most? Jewelry?
Jewelry,
shoes?
clothes
mostly.
Clothes mostly.
Just
Right.
everything a woman would need.
Abuse. You were an abusive wife. You were abused as a wife.
Yes, ma'am.
When you were younger. How
Yes,
old were
ma'am.
you?
I was about 35.
35? Okay. What happened?
Well, I had a husband that was very abusive, and I ended up staying with him all these years through 3 kids. And when I decided I'd had enough, I packed my clothes up, a few clothes in the car, put them in the car and my 3 kids, and came to Texas.
Now, where were you?
I was in Georgia.
You were in Georgia. So you drove from Georgia. You do have a little bit of a Georgia accent. I just noticed that.
But I did that in 1965.
All right. So, and you came here and just started all over?
I came here, got a job,
Janie?
and just started my whole life over, and I've been happy ever since.
So what do you have to say to women that stay in abusive relationships?
I'm saying that they can get out of it, they should get out of it, and if you think the man's going to change, he is not going to change. Because look how many years I stayed with him.
Now, how many years did you stay?
kids.
3 kids. You stayed, what, 10 years? 15 years?
Let's see, 15 years.
15 years?
And I had 3 kids, and I thought there was nothing I could do. But then one day, I feared for my life, and I knew I had to do something different. So I just threw my kids and some clothes in the car and took off. And I knew I had to do that because I had left him several times, and I rented him an apartment, and he would just come in, and he knew how to open the door without even having a key, and I'd come home from work and he'd be in the house.
What was this guy like when you married him? How old were you when you married him?
I was 25, about 25.
About 25. Was he okay? I mean, was it
okay
a great
at first.
romance, and how was it in the beginning?
It was okay at first, and as we got married and time went on, he just got worse.
Was he working? Did he drink?
He worked, and he drank some, and did all the things that people like that usually do.
And the children, were they afraid of him at all?
No, because they were too little to know anything, to really know about it. My youngest one was 11 months old when I came here.
So you packed up an 11-month-old in a car.
Yes, I did.
And how old were the other 2 children?
Well, let's see, one was 11, one was
11 months.
11 months. One was 4 and one was 3. They were all little. They weren't even in school, any of them then.
That was a pretty brave thing to do, Janie.
I think back, and that must have been a very, very brave thing.
Were you ever afraid at any point? I mean, this long drive between Georgia and Texas, did you decide, well, maybe I should go back, or he's going to find me?
I never thought of turning back, because I knew that I had to do something. I knew that I wanted more in life than what I was getting out of that marriage. And I didn't want to go through abuse anymore. And I didn't want my kids to be raised in a family with abuse.
Absolutely.
So I came here, and the first day I was here, I got 3 jobs. And I worked and took care of my kids. And
So
I've been
you just
happy
have
ever
to,
since.
your message to women is that you really have to just step out on faith.
You have to just to do it. You have to, you know, don't procrastinate. Don't say I'm going to do it tomorrow or the next day.
Now, don't say he's going to change and things are going to get better.
Because usually, and the longer I stay with him, the worse he got. And I really did. I believe that if I had stayed with him any longer, I wouldn't be here today.
Did you love him at all?
I did at first, but you know they can abuse you so much that you don't care anything about them. And I stayed here, and then I met this wonderful guy, and I dated him 12 years before I would marry him. He thought I was never going to marry him. He was really, and all my neighbors said, Janie, I've just got to come and see you get married because I don't really believe you are. We've been married now a little over 8 years, and I am totally happy.
Are you happy?
He is the most wonderful person that I could ever have
You dated him for 12 years,
12
Janie.
years before he could get me to marry.
Now, your story is quite different.
Oh, yes.
You were married to the same wonderful guy for so many years you can't remember.
18, right.
You've been married to the same guy since 18 years old?
Been married all my life.
What's his name?
His name is John.
John, how are you? His name is John.
And I have 4 wonderful kids.
So, and he's always been wonderful.
Oh, yes. Very loving person.
Is
no abuse in this family.
Well, we all come out of it, and today you're just absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
I do want to say before we run out of time that I do appreciate it's the Charles Thompson Beauty Consultants and the Just One Look Beauty Association and all of the people that you are connected with for just rounding you up and getting you over here. Are you still nervous?
Not much. I feel a little better.
I don't believe you're nervous at all.
She don't even look nervous, does she?
No, she really doesn't. I'll have to talk to John about that. But you have some things coming up. What do you have? When is your next pageant? I keep forgetting the pageant.
We have the Doty Awards coming up.
Absolutely, you got to be at the Doty Awards.
Right, we're going to be there.
You get the red carpet treatment.
Yes,
all right,
definitely.
Will I get a chance to meet John?
Yes, I'll have him there.
Okay, you'll have him there.
Yes, you'll get to meet him.
And then your pageant.
You'll love him.
Will I? Okay.
Yes, you will.
All right.
But you can't have him.
You probably have this guy so well trained that he is no good for anybody else.
She does.
And then, but next year, when do you start preparing for the next pageant?
We start preparing for every pageant right after we finish one. And I've been preparing for the Senior Sweetheart pageant in Boston for a year now, going on a year.
Oh, Janie. So, and then you pack up and just go up there.
I just pack up and just go.
I have to ask you a question. How many bags do you have when you're packing?
I take 2 of the biggest ones. I take everything that I can possibly, they will allow.
Okay.
And I take 2 of the biggest suitcases and all the carry-ons that I can.
She has to have shoes for every outfit, so you know
you
how
have to
many
have shoes and
shoes.
jewelry. You have to have everything to match.
Of course, of course.
So it takes a lot of luggage.
So you got to be healthy to carry that luggage.
Well, that's the message we want to get across, because at any age you're supposed to be beautiful, at any age you're supposed to be really, really healthy.
Take good care of yourself.
Well, thank you for coming on, to Nanette and to Jimmy. All of you, the Charles Thompson Beauty Consultants, we definitely appreciate you. By the way, you are the greatest audience in the world, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to the show.
Thanks.